everybody! Welcome to my channel Short of Space. I'm Ben and I've got some awesome figure to unbox with you today. But first off, I want to say sorry that it took so long for me to release a second video. I didn't plan it like that. I already made a new video, which is not that one, which I will release most likely after this one. But it was just too big. It was too many figures. I just planned it wrong. And in the end, I just didn't have enough time to cut the video. It took me way too long. And I was, within the last month, in Japan. And I was in Akihabara. And I bought a lot of figures. So there's a lot to come. I will also later, at the end of this video, show you which figures you will see most likely in the future here, because being in Akihabara and having a lot of money, and let's say we bought a third suitcase, and it was just filled with figures, and I have here a full table full with figures, which I'm just waiting to unbox for you guys. So yeah, let us do this in the next video. Also, you can see it was Black Friday, so I was able to buy some lights, and yeah, I like it way more. It looks cool. I really love it. So yeah, that's a good start. But in this video, I have a special figure to unbox here. It basically arrived or didn't arrive while I was in Japan. It got sent back, and somehow I managed to get it on the way back to contact the guys and tell them, hey, please send it again, because I still had my old address. Like, you know, I moved to this new apartment, and I'm quite surprised that I have this figure, because as far as I know, the release date got moved to December or January even, and somehow I got this figure. Perhaps because it's from a Chinese company and I bought it on Amazon Japan. But perhaps Amazon Japan, there was a Chinese trader. But yeah, the figure I have for you today is... I lost it. Okay. So the figure I have for you today is nobody else than Aki Haykawa from Myethos. And I think I will be one of the first people to make a video about unboxing him, because he just got released, and I'm quite surprised, I'm here in Europe, that I have this figure already. So yeah, I don't want to take too much time, so let's unbox him and see which masterpiece Myethos brought us again. So here you can see the box. Ooh, the box is awesome. Okay, that's nice. That's cool. Reminds me of one of the endings of Chainsaw Man. So yeah, he's cool. But let's move to the real. Okay, wow. So yeah, this figure is kinda crazy. It's also quite unique for Myethos in my opinion. But let me first explain why I think so. So what surprised me a lot during putting it together, it was really easy to put together. However, the base is magnetic, at least for where his right foot is set. That piece is magnetic. So you can just sit him there with his chair and it will not move. It really stays kind of sturdy. I would not like turn it around or whatever, then it will fall. So it's not that the chair is somehow connected by sockets to the base. It's really just this magnetic foot which basically holds everything in place. But it works quite good. I think it would be not a figure I would move around a lot, but it works really good. Also his sword is put there in a small hole, and it's a bit loose. However, looking at the quality of this figure, it's awesome. The blood is a bit glossy at some points and sometimes completely not glossy, so like his hands, on his hands, the blood is really glossy, and also on the floor looks a bit more like marmalade, but it's kind of fitting to the Extreme Chainsaw Man, also blood-wise, because the blood there is also quite glossy. But if you look at his neck, then the blood isn't glossy at all, which I think I prefer a bit more. But still, it's really awesome. Yeah, it's the level of quality that you would expect from Myethos. His eyes look really, really cool. I really like his eyes. Also, the cigarette he has in his mouth just is perfect. I don't know, I normally not that like, oh wow, there's a cigarette, but it looks really cool. Also how he has his mouth like a bit open and the cigarette looks out there. His trousers, I mean, they are just black, so there's nothing special. There's a bit of blood on it. I think the thing that surprised me the most was the level of detail on the wheelchair, and also on the base. Like the zombies on the base look quite cool. How they are cut off and so on. I think at the part where they are cut, like at the stomach and so on, they could have put a bit more detail in there. They just made it red, but still, I mean, it's not the most expensive figure, I would say. I mean, okay, there's the Chainsaw Man license, so it's more expensive than it should be, but I really like it. I think he fits perfectly to my Chainsaw Man by Extreme. He feels a bit small, I would say, even for a 1.7, but that might be because he's sitting. So yeah, I really like the figure. I'm really happy with it. I think Myethos did a great job again, and I'm looking forward to see more figures by Myethos for the Chainsaw Man series. I still want a good power. Please give me a good power. So yeah, here, oh god, that's what I meant with the sword, by the way. So yeah, here he is again. He looks awesome. I have the sword in the hand because it's really a bit annoying. Like, you can just put it here in some small hole and then hope that it stands there. I think like this. Yeah, so it kind of works, but he's really loose. I also have to hold him here on the chair because this feet is basically the one which is really holding him in place, and there is nothing else. But other than that, there is nothing to complain about the figure, I have to say. For some, the blood might be a bit too glossy, but other than that, I'm really happy with him. He's really cool. So yeah, I hope you could get a first view at this figure and get a feeling of how cool he is, because I saw there was a lot of people in MFC who, after the first pictures, were like canceling him, and I think he's definitely worth it. So I would not cancel him. I would not tell you to cancel him. He looks really good. In my opinion, he looks exactly like the prototype. There is nothing where I would say something is lacking or so on. I think a lot of people were complaining about his face, but in my opinion, the face is perfectly fine. So yeah, as you can see behind me, there are suddenly some figures which were not here in the beginning of the video, if you realize that. So yeah, just want to shortly explain. So there will be a bit chaos on this channel. Like I said, I could not. I had like a lot of videos planned, but then I went to Japan. I even had them recorded already, but I was not able to edit them in time. So the next video will be basically before my journey in Japan, and then the video after that video will be about all these awesome figures behind me. Most likely it will be multiple parts because it's basically my Aki Haykawa haul. So short spoiler if you want to zoom in the back and see what is there. But yeah, so this will be then a bigger, really big video, which will be most likely different parts. And yeah, other than that, I'm happy that I finally could release a video again. And I hope you liked it the same as the last video and you got some feelings about this figure. And other than that, nothing to say. Then thank you everybody for watching, and please like and subscribe if you like the content I'm doing. I'm really happy with how it looks now with the LEDs here. I like it a lot more than the first video. So yeah, give me your feedback. I'm always open for feedback. I'm always interested in what you have to tell to me, except of kill yourself. But other than that, I would be really happy about your feedback. So thank you everybody, and I wish you a nice day. Bye! So here he is. He looks awesome. Is it? Oh. Warum?